touch on intercalation a little bit?
Sure.
You want to talk about the 4 intercalary days first?
Yeah, so that goes back to what
Yeah.
kind of ties directly into what we were just talking about with Jubilee 6. Those 4 intercalary days actually precede the first day of the month, or the day of the new moon, those days of observation and the days of remembrance.
Yep.
Those are markers for the 4 seasons. And I think in your PowerPoint, and get up.
Yeah, it's in there somewhere. I don't remember where, but
Here we go. I got it. Zoom out. There you go. Let's see here. Yeah, so this would be one of the intercalary days marked in the spring, and then summer, fall, and then winter.
Yeah, I like to refer to them as a seasonal change day.
Right. And when you look at it, so the way that we have been intercalating the calendar, it keeps the actual solar alignments very, very close to those intercalary days on the Zadok calendar. Let's see, Enoch 82:4 touches on that. It says, "Blessed are the righteous, and blessed are those that walk in the way of righteousness, and sin not as the sinners, in the reckoning of all their days in which the sun traverses the heavens." So actually not keeping the calendar as it's laid out here is referencing as a sin. Moving on, it says, "Entering into and departing from the portals for 30 days, and then the heads of the thousands of the orders of the stars, together with the 4 which are intercalated, which divide the 4 portions of the year, which lead them and enter with them 4 days." So this is and then I think in verses right after that, he actually names the angels that conduct those 4 days. But
yep.
Yeah, he says one.
And if you go to Enoch,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, if you go to Enoch 74, I believe it is, it tells us in Enoch 74, let me see, I'm going to double check my 75, 1 through 3. It says, "These are the leaders of the chiefs of the thousands, which are over all creation and over all the stars, with the 4 which are added and never separated from the place allotted them, according to the complete calculation of the year. And these serve 4 days, which are not calculated in the calculation of the year. Respecting them men greatly err, for these luminaries truly serve in the dwelling place of the world, 1 day in the first gate, 1 in the third gate, 1 in the fourth gate, and 1 in the sixth gate." And I don't know if we talked about gates. That's a more complicated topic that I think we would almost need to be screen sharing and showing. But anyways, the gates, well, I'll just explain it without explaining the gates because it's easier at this point. So basically, it's very confusing the way this is worded, and there are different translations of it. But it says, "These serve 4 days, which are not calculated in the calculation of the year." Okay.
But then they are.
But then before it says, "according to the complete calculation of the year." Okay, right before that. So what I personally believe, and I think Matt and I are on the same page on this, is that what Enoch is telling us is these days we are not supposed to base the calendar off of the luminaries, like directly, not on that exact day that each of those events happen. And they actually don't happen exactly in perfect concert with a 364-day calendar. But what he's just telling us simply is that sign is supposed to happen, each of those 4 signs are supposed to happen 1 day in each of those 4 months. So as long as our calendar lines up with that, then I think that's what I believe. That's what he's telling us right here. And if we follow one of them or try to make all of them start our quarters, our seasons, then it will totally throw off the calendar. So I could be wrong, but that's what I believe.
Right. Well, yeah, you have some that will realign the calendar in the fall, and yeah, it completely throws you out for the rest of the year.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Because there's people that are keeping this calendar that totally their calendar based on they'll totally jump after the fall equinox comes in. They'll just skip days and start a new count, and it totally throws a wrench into the whole perfect timing of the 364-day calendar.